You ready?
I was born ready.
I knew you'd say it like that. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, whatever. And by whatever, I literally mean whatever, because it's not even in a bottle. It's in a jar. It doesn't even have an age statement. It's clear. I don't even know what it is. I'm afraid.
Cue the music. I'm getting a vibe that you're not super excited about this one today.
So I'm super not excited about this one.
This one is a banger, Greg.
Oh, a banger.
We've got some serious
All right,
whiskey on the bar.
Let's tell the people what we're...
Let's bring it in. This is
being...
BAM! Georgia Moon Corn Whiskey.
You know, we've done over 100 reviews.
Yes.
Lots of videos. It's never felt like a job till today.
Are you nervous about this one?
This is that task that you just don't want to do.
Oh, oh God, there's plastic around it.
Of course there's plastic.
Oh, look at that. Everything's coming up Benny. Plastic comes off in one.
So stick around to the end of the video. Ben's going to tell us a story, a personal connection he has with this particular...
Well, sort of.
Well, we'll get there.
We've decided we want to start getting into the tastings a little quicker in our videos.
Move faster.
And then we'll yap about them afterwards. So right off the bat, it sucks to try to pour this.
I did not do that intentionally.
Yeah, it just goes all over the place.
Promise I did not do that intentionally. But that's by far the best thing that could have happened to this rubbing alcohol.
Well, it's only 80 proof. So let's tell what this is. This is Georgia Moon Corn Whiskey.
It smells good on the paper towel, let me tell you.
And yeah, it doesn't smell bad in the... And this is obviously a white dog.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a white whiskey. You got to say that with the southern accent, right?
Is that what that is?
Or like a Georgia white dog. I don't know how to do the Georgia. Anyway, so this is actually a Heaven Hill product.
Okay.
And it's a corn whiskey.
So
it's at 80 proof.
Probably pretty high corn mash bill, like maybe super high.
Well, it's got to be 80% at least. I'm guessing this is just unaged mellow corn at a lower proof.
See, that's what I thought. You know, mellow corn is 100 proof. It's Bourbon.
Yeah, mellow corn's a little less government.
Yeah.
It smells less governmenty. It's got a standard white whiskey kind of vibe to it. It's actually not bad considering.
The most flowering of praise.
Yeah.
It's not bad considering.
Considering it's white whiskey.
It has a pretty aggressive ethanol kind of unpleasantness.
Grainy, but there's almost a little sugar cookie or something sweet going on there too.
There's a bit of a sweet corn note.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's let her rip here.
Let's find out what this is all about.
Huh. That's actually not offensive on the palate. That really, honestly,
you're just loaded with compliments,
aren't I? Though, not offensive. They're not like backhanded compliments.
Exactly.
No, but to be perfectly honest, this is a very traditional unaged white whiskey, white dog.
That I've never had.
Well, we've had like the Buffalo Trace one. We had the Jacob's Ghost. I've got some moonshine that a friend of mine made down here.
That's okay.
That's also in a jar. But on the palate, it actually has a little bit different flavor.
You may be right with a sugar cookie.
Yeah, that's kind of what that is.
So here's my brief summary, and this could change over time. The taste is not bad. I think the smell is offensive, and I don't like it.
Yeah, the smell is really, it's white whiskey just kind of has it's grain forward, and it's kind of almost swampy a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's just,
Whereas this one kind of has that traditional, like I said, that traditional white whiskey. But yeah, on the flavor, it actually really does kind of take a...
If you were
it takes a turn for the better.
If you were to close your eyes, and maybe you need to actually poke out your eyes, I think you could accept this, you know, as
You think so?
Yeah, but on the nose, it's just pretty rough.
I'd like to see this at cast strength.
Aged 4 years.
Yeah. So they used to actually have an age statement. So it says where the age statement used to be, it says, first you swaller, then you holler.
Classy.
That's how I'm going to assume that you're supposed to say that.
Yeah.
It says it's bottled by the Johnson Distillery Company, but this Bardstown,
Johnson
Kentucky.
and Johnson.
But it's actually a Heaven Hill. So it used to carry an age statement, and like most good whiskeys,
tell people what the age
statement has gone away. Oh. But it used to say less than 30 days old. So they went with the let's brag about, and presumably maybe they couldn't keep it under 30 days.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't moving fast enough.
That's right, because it sits on the shelf a long time.
So this bottle actually,
right,
short story
time.
When I first turned 21, which was 22 years ago.
A long time ago.
I wasn't into whiskey at all. I was barely a beer drinker, but I was a fresh, you know, like, I mean, I drank beer, of course, but I didn't know anything about craft beer. Wasn't a thing, whatever. But I remember seeing this on the shelf in the liquor store, and it was like $15. That's what I paid for it now. So back then it was probably $9. And always just thought the idea of buying this and drinking it would be cool.
Okay.
Like just to buy a mason jar of what looks like moonshine. You know, back when you're freshly 21. It's like,
yeah, and you don't know the difference of proof and all that.
None of that stuff. And the thing is like when you get to go to the liquor store for the first time, you start seeing these different bottles that you don't see at bars, or you don't see in your parents' friend's liquor cabinet, or your own parents' liquor cabinet, or whatever.
Mellow corn?
Oh, right here.
I'm just gonna do just a brief compare.
Do you want a New Glen to get a really fair?
Well, it's the same whiskey.
And so anyway, I always kind of wanted to get a bottle of this back then, but I never did.
Okay.
And I just started thinking about it again like a month ago. I was like, man, I haven't seen a bottle of that in forever. I saw it on Heaven Hill's website. And I was like, oh my God, that's that bottle that I remember from back in the day. I'm gonna have some of that too.
Okay.
And so I was like, kind of thinking, I wonder if I can find that. Haven't seen it anywhere.
Sure.
I go into Ace Spirits the other day.
Local Minnesota. Nice.
Hopkins,
upper
Minnesota.
Scale kind of whiskey place.
And I was just looking around, and I look up on their shelf, and they had a bottle of this. And I was like, oh my God, I got to get one. You know, it was $15.
Yeah.
So as the guy was getting it down, they've got like a tall whiskey shelf that they have a ladder.
Yeah.
They put this up at the top because obvious reasons. And I was telling him this story about how it's like, you know, what I just told you. And he goes, yeah, the only reason we have this is because some guy ordered a case of it and never came and picked it up. I was like, all right, lucky you.
Further endorsement.
Yeah, so he's like, when it's gone, it's gone. We're not ordering it again. But honestly, I don't think it's that bad.
And you make fun of me and my Basil Hayden.
This is better than Basil Hayden. I would go out on a limb and say I like this better, honestly. It's got like a...
The flavor is okay.
I like its personality better because it's not trying to be something it's not.
Oh, well, okay, that's okay, but I don't know. That works for me.
Basil Hayden's are a bunch of fake bitches.
Well, look at us. We're trying to pretend to be a bourbon channel.
I mean, yeah, but we're fake bitches.
This is, you know what? Here's the most positive thing I can say about it. It makes mellow corn taste like freaking amazing.
Mellow corn already does taste freaking amazing.
Mellow corn's pretty good, actually.
Should have blended them. We didn't taste them side by side, so we'll save that for another video. We should do an entire like new make whiskey video. I mean, that's what Whatever Wednesday is for. It's just drinking shit like this.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm busy that day.
Well, look out for the solo review where your boy here just drinks a bunch of moonshine.
Han Bin Solo.
I mean, I get where you were going with that, but it took me a second. Wow. You just went through like a wormhole right there where you went a long ways in a short amount of time. Oh yeah, mellow corn is so good. We have a review of this coming out actually fairly soon, probably.
We filmed that a long time ago.
Yeah, about that long ago, which in my world is a couple weeks. I like mellow corn. So yeah, Georgia Moon. I mean, for the novelty of it and for the $15, I'm happy with that purchase. There will be times where I will bust this out. I got to tell you, honestly, this has such a... It's almost got a refreshing quality on the taste. I agree with you on the nose. It is very, very new makey.
Yep.
On the taste, I wonder if that could be a good summer whiskey.
But it won't handle an ice cube.
No, probably not.
Maybe,
but I mean,
maybe put the whole bottle in a freezer because it's not going to freeze.
But I don't particularly like whiskey cold. You know, so for a summer whiskey, if I'm going to drink it neat, I would look for something that's kind of like got that more refreshing vibe. You know, versus like those darker, you know, heavily aged, high proof ones.
Sure. Yeah.
I actually think I might enjoy having a pour of this on the porch in the summer. And now that it's finally nice out,
It's amazingly hot out.
in this godless hellhole that it's been for the last however many months.
Yeah, it went from freezing to hot and humid in like 12 hours today.
Yeah. It's Minnesota. We have snow and then we have 80 degrees within like a week.
Yep.
So we're on the 80-degree side of that now.
So, okay, so in this category, just to kind of like round the bases.
And wrap this up because I think we've gone long.
So we've done, well, if they're with us now, they're with us to the end of time.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks
Ride
for
or
watching.
die at this point.
Right. So we've done like that Tabasco flavored. Obviously totally different, but it's in that vein. It's a novelty / you got to try this,
Yeah,
you know, kind of thing.
sure.
And if you like it, you like it. And, you know, Fireball is kind of similar. Some people actually like Fireball. I do like Fireball. But peanut butter whiskey.
Well, and here's the thing. We've talked a lot about, like, you know, you learn something from every whiskey you drink. This being a corn whiskey, so the less than 30 days, if it was barrel aged, it had to be either a new uncharred or a used charred barrel in
Right.
order to legally qualify as a corn whiskey. That's
Correct.
the difference between this and bourbon. But that being said, there are a lot of bourbons that flirt with that 80% corn. That's a very common,
Yeah, I think so.
80% and then, you know,
16,
13%.
4.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
So this actually really is a good example of a low proof, basic bourbon mash bill that's basically unaged. You know, and so if you want to show somebody what barrel aging does to a product, you could use this as a stand-in for a new make bourbon.
Compare this to this because they're probably really close in mash bill.
I would imagine they're the same thing.
I would think so.
But like you have to get it, like the white dog from Buffalo Trace. You know, that comes out at 125
It
proof.
does.
So you have to proof it way down in order to really experience the new make versus the regular. This is a great opportunity for that. And so I think that's what I'll use this bottle for. I'll start holding classes.
That's a good idea.
You know, maybe if we do the Buffalo Community Podcast again, we can bring this banger with.
That's a
We
good
should have
idea.
brought a bottle of this the first time. You know, show them where whiskey
We're
comes
a
from.
bourbon channel.
that's
Neither of these are bourbon-y.
That's
This
true.
one's bourbon-y. It's
Yeah,
just-
kind of.
Doesn't exactly fall into the category, but
No, it falls into the category of corn whiskey, just like this one. So anyway, before we ramble anymore, this has been some corn whiskey products from Heaven Hill on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Thanks for watching. Cheers.